So I want to show you how I make my Egg Fast waffles using the waffle maker and it doesn't drip all over the place. So this is how I do it. First I put 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise in my magic bullet. Okay. And so my waffle iron is ready. You can see it's hot. It's not easy to balance and unscrew the lid with one hand. Okay. So this is what I do. Sorry, still trying to unscrew with one hand. Okay. So I pour it in each section. That one might have gone a little too far. All right, let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to let that sit for maybe 15 seconds or so. Actually, I see I could put a little bit more on this one. Now I have a pretty big waffle maker, so I can usually get the whole 2 eggs in here. Okay. So I let that sit for a little bit to kind of firm up. On a side note, I'm also making hard-boiled eggs over there. Best machine ever. It's so easy to peel the eggs. It does 6 at a time. Don't have to worry about it. Kind of set it and forget it. And then when it's done, it beeps at you. And then I have, of course, the water right next to it to cool them down right away. Anyway, okay, so it's been about 30 seconds or so. Now I'm going to close it and flip it. Okay, and I'm going to let it sit. And you're going to hear it starting to sizzle and starts to almost sound like a pressure cooker. And you can see over here it's starting to puff up a little. And I'm going to flip it back. Okay, and then I'm going to let it, see how it was pretty high? I'm going to let it kind of shrink back down. Usually for a couple seconds or so. I also kind of tuck, if there's little pieces that go over on the side, I kind of try to tuck it back in. Okay. Then I'm going to close it again. Flip it again. And this time it rises pretty quickly. So I'm going to flip it. As soon as I see it starting to open, I flip it again. You can see how it's so much bigger right now. I'm going to let all that kind of calm down again, shrink and shrivel up back down. And then I'm going to close it again. And I just kind of go back and forth like that. You know, as soon as it starts, yeah. I mean, it gets pretty full. Might have overdone it a little bit. I was trying to get that last little bit in. But you can see that's pretty puffy. So I go ahead and let it shrink back down again. Okay, close it, flip it. After you do it a few times, it doesn't shrink quite, I mean, it doesn't expand quite as much. I mean, you can see it's starting to expand there. You can hear it. I'm going to flip it again. You can see it's pretty big. It's going to shrink back down. And like I said, I just keep repeating the process until it gets crispy. Like right now, it's not crispy yet. It's still pretty soft. And I'll show you the end result in a moment. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and it's, I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty crunchy. And then what I usually do if I'm going to make it into grilled cheese, I lay cheese on part of it. Again, trying to do this one-handed. But I put cheese on half of it. Okay. And then I very carefully take the other half and top it. Oh, all right, you can definitely see over here and probably hear that side's crunchy. Okay, and then I close it one last time. Let the machine do the work for me. And after a couple seconds, it gets nice and melty. And now I have a nice grilled cheese sandwich, and you can see, look, nice and melty. I'm going to leave it in for another couple seconds. But there you go.